Thanks for staying with us. You're still on to Good Morning Nigeria on the network service of the NTA. It's now time for newspaper review.
All right, let's welcome Chukwudi Okuluwaja, who is here to do his thing. Good morning, Chukwudi.
I don't know about doing my thing, but I know that as long as the sun rises and is still up there, we would always be here bright and early. So give me some encomiums, please. He's pretending to be reading newspapers yesterday. You know, Arsenal trashed Inter Milan. They are pretending they didn't see the match. Claire, how are you doing, my dear?
Well, I haven't seen you since after the AFCON.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we haven't seen.
Okay. Did you go to report one of those special reports? I remember the one that you humanized. And Nigerian soldiers showed us briefly that they were human like us. That story, I'll never forget it.
You don't want to know.
You must give us more of it.
You don't want to know how I watched the match and how happy I was at the outcome. But that's the
third place match, right?
That's the story for another day. No, the finals. The third place and the finals.
Yes.
Specifically the finals.
It was good. Yeah, we understandably you're pulling us back.
Yes.
It's okay.
Yes.
It's
So
okay. We did well against Egypt.
Yeah,
that's the truth.
We did well, but
Mane showed he was king of the pitch in behavior, everything.
I know you've talked about the AFCON finals.
Yes.
So let's just start with leadership this morning. There's so many things, going on the front page of leadership. Let me just take the most visible one, Ekwesili 6 emergency shelter for displaced Makoko residents. Amid 152.40 trillion naira debt, experts hail federal government's plan to reduce borrowing. Reactions come as Edu says at World Economic Forum, we are going to rely less on borrowing. That's on page 4. And the picture story you see there is that of the mourners at the burial of the chief imam of Ilorin. That inquiry yesterday. He was laid to rest yesterday. Other stories now, a little below the nameplate. Former Nigerian oil minister Diziani appears in London court ahead of corruption trial. It's on page 4. Relief for importers as haulage costs dropped by 65% at Lagos ports. That's huge. Page 25. And man gets life sentence for sexually assaulting wife's 6-year-old niece. That's incredulous. 6 students drowned in Benue boat accident. It's on page 7. Kaduna Peace model studied, adopted by other states. Governor Sani. And just take you now above the nameplate. For pioneering inclusive finance through innovation and integrity and strengthening the foundations of Nigeria's economy, Dr. Tony Okpanachi is Banker of the Year 2025. Well, Emir Sanusi calls for swift justice over murder of Kano woman and her 6 children. And police make a U-turn, confirm abductions in Kaduna community. That story is on page 7. And I quickly just flip over to the blueprint. And blueprint is leading with economic story. And it says Nigeria's indigenous DICON D7G defense platform debut in Doha. Country asserting defense autonomy, says General Morakinyo. And it's an opportunity to expand capabilities, General May Nasra. And other stories now. Our reputation perception has improved under Tinubu's 2 years. Federal government, 5.2% score mirror to act positively. That's attributed to Minister of Information, Idris. Ohaneze denies Igbo role in U.S. airstrikes on Sokoto terror cells. It's on page 7. And police recount confirm abductions of Kaduna Church's members. That's on page 8. Northern governors want solution to out-of-school children crisis. And, right, I think that's about it. Apart from the AFCON sports there, Shirley vows Super Eagles will be crowned champions in 2027. But let me also take this one. NDLEA recorded 77,792 arrests, seized 14,847 kilograms of drugs in 5 years. That's according to Marwa. Demola.
Okay, yes, I have the Daily Trust newspaper, and just below that nameplate, Desiani appears before UK court over alleged £100,000 bribe. 6 drowned in Benue boat mishap. And the major headline is abduction. Kaduna villagers recount ordeal. And Atiku wades in as supporters obedient clash over ADC ticket. 11 killed in Edo auto crash. PDP court dismisses Anyanwu suit after withdrawal. Varsity students commit suicide after losing 600,000 naira to betting. Chooks.
How much did they lose to betting?
600,000 naira.
You remember MMM? I had a direct experience within my own circles there. And I felt like, dying over it. Because once you tell me you're into betting, I tell you, you are on very, very dangerous territory. I've seen homes that were ruined by betting.
And unfortunately, most of these young ones are into betting.
Even, what's his name, Mali, the musician, something Mali, a Nigerian musician.
Naira Mali.
He warned Nigerian youths about betting just about 6 months ago. He warned them
see them
about
in all
it.
These betting houses now.
It's really unfortunate.
Really.
It's really unfortunate. I still think that we should be carrying out regular sensitization and reorientation of the way our children go these days. Well, I don't know how we're going to achieve that.
Let's talk about this abduction.
Yes, and I have to start on a slightly apologetic tone, because yesterday I said it was a bit unlikely that 163 people would be taken. Now, what's his name now? The village head of Kuminwali, Ishaku.
Kuminwali village.
Yes, Kuminwali village.
Kajuru.
That's Ishaku Danazumi CD, says it's actually 166 people. So you begin to ask, how could we have made a mistake over this abduction? Because even the security agencies were saying, no, such a thing didn't happen. And we said, if the security agencies were not aware of it, the likelihood is that somebody was trying to, detect a smoke that had no fire. But look at what has happened now. It leaves us in a quandary, but ultimately, it leaves the security agencies with a job to go and get these people out. Actually, Jonathan Nala, a resident of Kuminwali, told Daily Trust that his wife and 5 children were taken. Look at that. It's really unfortunate. Well, the abduction, banditry, insurgency, terrorism won't end in one day. So it means continuous vigilance. Continuous vigilance. See something, say something. Help the security forces.
The big question is, why did the police, in the first instance, deny the reports of the abductions?
Yes.
Because they said police make U-turn, confirm abductions in Kaduna community.
That's what I started with.
Yes,
I even said I was a bit apologetic because I tended to believe the police,
side.
Yes. 163 taken. It was 163 they reported yesterday. Now the chief is saying, the village head is saying it's 166.
166, yes.
Listen, this is from Northern Khan chairman, the Christian Association of Nigeria in the northern states, under the leadership of Reverend Joseph Hayab, insists that 177 worshippers were abducted by bandits in 3 churches, Cherubim and Seraphim 1 and 2, as well as Ekwa.
Ekwa Church, yes.
and Ekwa Church.
Anyway,
so
the
it's
village
not
head
even 167.
No, actually, the village head is saying it's 166.
166.
So let's. I mean,
Well, the village head wasn't at the church.
No, we are not confirming anything. We are just reporting.
You're reporting the different sides.
Yes,
because our job is about all sides all the time.
Exactly.
Yes.
So whatever it is, whether it's 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
And it happened in multiple, churches.
Exactly.
I mean, it's unacceptable.
It doesn't
It's also
quite make sense
unacceptable that our police force would come out at the
Yeah.
first instance without thorough investigation. But again, we also say kudos to them for coming out again to say, look, for making a U-turn and confirming that.
No, they're not getting kudos for that. They're going to thanks for doing what you should do. Yeah. Because the lie should not have happened in the first place. Anyway,
another one, Chukwudi.
Yes, go on.
Is the Kaduna Peace model studied, adopted by other states. That's the governor of Kaduna State.
Yes,
and I was hoping to read the model if he actually supplied, details of the model, but I didn't see any model in this report, except that, of course, he chaired a meeting, expanded meeting, a security meeting involving all tiers of, people involved, traditional rulers, the youth, trader, and all that. So, but I'm just wondering the model, although Kaduna has been peaceful for a while until this incident anyway.
Yes, Kaduna, remember there was a time we talked about Kajuru killings. Kajuru has seen quite some negative action in terms of banditry, insurgents, and the rest of it. Maybe Zagon Katafi would be the one that you would say, that one even was more. But we're happy that on the whole, calm is returning, relatively speaking, to Kaduna. I think so. I think something is happening there. So whatever model the governor has put on the ground seems to be working. And whoever wants to emulate it should please go ahead and do that.
I'm looking forward to hosting him here on Good Morning Nigeria if he's watching. It would be good to have him come here and speak to us because if it's working...
We have an outreach over there.
Yes.
We can take him from our station.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
Exactly. Okay. All right.
The other story, I don't know.
Yes, Atiku obedience clash over ADC ticket.
And then I said ADC. ADC.
I don't know. I think we should do all this politics.
I said, ADC should not develop home trouble this early. Because I think
that's the best answer. That's the best answer until we get to know what is unfolding. Whenever it is they're cooking.
Yes.
It's just too early, actually.
I think it's early.
Chukudi, what do you think? Just before we let you go, our reputation perception has improved under Tinubu's 2 years. The reputation perception has improved under Tinubu's 2 years.
Who is saying that?
35.2% score mirror to act positively. That's the Minister of Information. A recent 2025 report of 35.2% score by the Nigeria Reputation Perception Index, NRPI, reflects high awareness of the country, but a weak trust conversion, highlighting a significant trust gap.
Yes. There is no country in the world where you do not have things that should not happening. It matters anytime certain things happen that there is a constant bridge of communication, handling whatever the situation is, with particular emphasis on solutions to whatever you perceive as problems on the ground. I think that is what is happening. The informing, the messaging, because at the end of the day, the narrative you put on the ground rides high in terms of the things that are going to help you resolve perception.
And I think
so
the media,
I think that there's some improvement there.
I think the media, we owe this country a lot because much of the perception we talk about, who puts the perception out?
It's easy.
Most of the narratives.
What I tell journalists is this: please hold them accountable. Whoever is not helping this country, but remove cynicism from reportage. Remove cynicism from reportage. It's a regular classroom thing for me.
Chooks,
Otherwise, you have no integrity.
Chooks, they said knowledge is a garden. if it isn't cultivated, you can't harvest it.
And I heard one piece of good knowledge yesterday when Mark Carney, the Canadian Prime Minister, said, if you're not at the table,
you're on the menu.
You are on the menu.
Chukudi, bye-bye. Please,
don't let me start. I listened to wise men.
And just before we call a break,
he was talking about Trump, Putin, and the rest of them taking over.
Chukudi, that's why the NOA, I love the advert of the NOA.
Yes.
I'm a real Nigerian. I believe in the citizens' code.